Alola everyone, welcome to another Pokédex guide. My name is PhillyBeatzU, and in these guides we look at all the Pokemon that you can find in the Alola region and where to find them so that you can fill up your Pokédex. In this episode we'll be taking a look at Route 8, so without further ado, let's get right into this. So on this route we can see there's quite a few Pokemon. We have Salandit with a 20% chance, Stufful with a 5% chance, but it's going to be definitely worth it as it's going to be the amazing Beware afterwards. We have Rattata and Yungoos, the common rodents of Alola that show up at their respective times in the day. We have Trumbeak, which is the evolution of Pikipek, and that's also going to be a 30% chance appearance rate. And we're going to have Fletchlander, a nice fire-flying bird to mix things up among this. Now, I want you guys to be aware that all patches of grass within Route 8 are going to contain the same amount of Pokemon, meaning there's not going to be any difference when it comes to the percentage of these Pokemon. So keep that in mind that you don't have to worry about it. So these percentages will stay constant throughout this area. Now moving on, we have surfing and we got fishing. So when it comes to surfing and Route 8, we're going to have a 20% chance of getting Finneon, a 40% chance of getting Tentacool, and a 20% chance of getting Wingull showing up as you surf. Now, when it comes to fishing, you're going to have two percentages, as you can see. The first one is 79% when it comes to Magikarp, and the high, or the first percentage, always relates to when there is no bubbling. So if you don't see no bubbling basically refers to, and if you look at that picture when it comes to fishing, you see how there's lines around it, that's considered bubbling. So when there's no bubbling, Magikarp has a higher percent chance of showing up. Magikarp can also call in Gyarados in an SOS battle. And when there is no bubbling, or when there is bubbling, we get a 60% chance. So bubbling means less Magikarps, so we want that. When it comes to Chinchou, when there is no bubbling, it is a 1% chance, and it's hard to get. When there is bubbling, you have a 30% chance of getting that, and that's good because you can evolve Chinchou into Lantern, and that's a Pokemon that you're definitely going to want to fill your decks up with. Wishy-Washy stays constant throughout regardless of bubbling, and that'll be a 20% chance with or without bubbling. Now moving on, we also have something interesting here. We have the berry tree with Crabrawler, which is common amongst the berry trees we find in the Alola region, and we have Wimpod. Now, finding Wimpod is not that hard as we see the location right there next to it, but there are two strategies of approaching Wimpod that I've noticed. You cannot obviously walk up to a Wimpod because it'll definitely run away right into the rock where you can see the character blocking. So it goes from the east side all the way to the west side right away at the moment it sees a character. So there's two ways of getting a Wimpod. One is going out into the water and circling around so you can block it like the image shown above, and the other technique that I found out that you can do is get on your Pokéride and just charge towards it, and you can encounter the Wimpod. So that is how you get your Wimpod to evolve into the amazing Golisopod, which is a disgustingly amazing strong bug water typing. So that's something you also want to keep in mind. Now, Route 8 also has something really special to it where it comes to the Fossil Restoration Center. Now, you can only get 4 fossils, and these are all found in Coney City. Now, of course, 2 of each of these fossils are found in each game. Now, Cranidos and Tortuga, their fossils can be found in Pokemon Sun, and Shieldon and Archon can be found in Pokemon Moon within the Coney shop, which is on Akala Island. So you can go get those there. Head to the Fossil Restoration Center, and you can get these Pokemon. So I hope this guide was great for you guys to see where you can get certain Pokemon without freaking out and wondering, you know, where could this be? I see this on the GTS, but I can't find it. But now you guys do know where you can find them. I think personally the ones that are important are Chinchou and these fossil Pokemon that you can fill in your decks that are not as common. And of course, Stufful. So you need to get that Stufful. Gotta get that bear. So guys, smash that like button if you enjoyed this video. Subscribe if you are new to the channel. And I'll be seeing you guys in the next guide. This is PhillyBeatzU, and I'm out.